Welcome back, guys, to Remax episode 34. This is part 2, where we answer your question. Use the hashtag SC2Remax on Twitter to have your question answered there. We're also going to have the Patreon call-in. And yeah. There you go. Takes a while to type when you're as slow as me. Let's see if any of the Patreons are here. Okay, let's go. Okay, Patreon call in. Gonna drag him into the call. By the way, if you wanna call in, you can check out our Patreon. There's a lot of perks that will allow you to do that. Of course, if you pledge now, you're not gonna be eligible for this show, but maybe another time.
Hello?
Hey, what's up, buddy? How you doing?
Hey, pretty good, man. How about you?
Good. What's your question?
So I actually have a question about global seeds for SSL and GSL.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you guys saw MaxEd is seeded into the SSL.
Yes.
And I'm wondering if you guys think it would be a good idea to have more like global seeds into Code A or Challenger. And the other thing is like to you, desRow, and to HuK and Morrow, if you guys got like a seed into Code A or Challenger, do you think it would be worth your time to go over?
To start with a global seed, I think personally there should be one for EU and one for NA. Even though like the one for NA would probably be like a dead seed, it would still like make their tournament a lot more interesting. What about you, Chris?
So the question is what in the simplest form? I got the end part. Would we go? What was the first part?
Just do you think global seeds for GSL and SSL are a good idea and something they should expand?
I don't know about expanding. I think they should keep it as it is. I think anytime you have white people playing against Koreans, especially in Korea at a Korean league, it's a good thing. If you have them actually do well, it's even a better thing. You know, if every white person that goes over there bombs out in the first round, then it's not going to be worth it. But if you have like a Jinro or an Idra or a HuK or a Nanawa or a Stefano do well and get pretty far in, you know, any Korean league, it's gonna, you know, everybody's gonna tune in, everybody's gonna cheer for them. But I don't know if any foreigner can compete with Koreans at this point. As far as I know, it would be worth it. It'd definitely be something that I would consider, just because I've gotten so many in the past and I've done pretty well sometimes. But it's also because I think at the same time you can still compete in WCS in your own region. So it's not going to take anything away from you besides the flight time that I would be going there, and then you could even view it as a positive experience as far as getting good practice and, you know, getting to visit Korea. But maybe Morrow can answer, since I know he hates getting destroyed by Koreans constantly.
Lol.
Well, I think it's a good thing too. It's fun seeing those white dudes like Max said representing us.
Would you go, Morrow?
Like if I got invited to Star League, right? Star League.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, if I got invited to that, I would go and play, even if I'm gonna lose the first round, because it would be, I think, a pretty fun experience to be like representing the whole foreigner scene. So I would, practice and stuff and play more like it's an honor rather than just another tournament. And also watching that stuff is really fun too. Whenever you have like a foreigner down in Korea, it's really exciting for everyone. So I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, that's my view on it too. Like, even though a slot for NA would kind of be dead, I would love to see HuK, and then I would love to see like Bunny or Snoot. And I really think just doing one because no one else seems interested or no one else seems qualified enough to play is silly to me. I think SSL is kind of like wasting an opportunity.
Do you think it's because China is like real close and probably cheaper for flights and stuff?
Maybe.
Do you think they covered for Scarlett when she went?
Yeah, for sure. They for sure covered it. But I'm sure there's I think Snoot would go. I think Bunny would consider it. I think someone like Nanawa would go. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of people that would be willing to go. I honestly don't know if they even put enough thought into it. I highly doubt that they reached out to foreigners and were like, "Would you be interested in going?" I think it was just like, whatever, and they just picked McSed, and McSed seemed like he was willing to go. I know they reached out to Scarlett last time, but I don't know about this time.
All
All
right.
right. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you so much for calling. Have a good week.
Take it easy.
See you.
Bye. Thanks for calling. ZombieGrub, you get nothing.
Oh.
So
Well,
You
why
don't
did
get
it
to
even?
talk-
Why did
He
it
only
even?
he
ZombieGrub
specifically excluded her. Literally,
Yeah,
Well, I'm not
Morrow,
a
desRow,
gamer.
and HuK. I
It
was
makes
like,
sense.
No, I thought there would be some gameplay issue that
Oh,
you're
this
not
is
a full-time gamer, so
Yeah.
but it's like like you could have answered that question. He was
This
kind
is
of mean, man.
If I was gonna add something, it'd just be like, I'm not sure Korean tournaments are even interested in foreigners anymore. Like they're actually doing
What?
really well in Korea. Like
But-
they can actually like show their sponsors to Koreans now.
yeah, but diversity is good.
Yeah, but I don't know actually like I don't know because I don't live in Korea, right? It'd be interesting to ask like a Korean there, like if Korean could come on, like do you
oh,
think
they hate white people. I've been there. I know how.
Okay,
it
Oh
is.
yeah, they really do.
like if they were a good Korean audience, which now they are, then like they're gonna care less and less about getting those global invites.
I beat MMA on my birthday, and then as I walked out of the studio, they all spat at me.
True story.
True,
All right.
true story.
But speaking of
desRow, tell them about the cops that laughed at you.
why?
What? We're sharing racist stories.
Okay, so like the first day I went to the gum house, Slash Shadow and Kaldor got into a fight, like a physical fight about Goody being the king of Europe. And then Last Shadow stormed out of the house. He got the cops, and then the cops came, and then I was doing the dishes, and then like you've been to the gum house, Morrow, so like they come in, right, and they talk to like the guys at the computers. Then they turn around and they're like, they start pointing at me and they start laughing, and then they come and rub my belly, and then they left. And then when the other cops came back the next day, they brought McDonald's for everyone. These fucking cops. So anyhow, speaking of a true story, Marine Lord just messaged me saying Snoot and Bunny were invited for SSL, but they didn't have the time because of their schedule. There was a problem with another tournament this season.
Oh,
Oh well, so they did. Well,
that's too bad.
kudos to SSL then. I mean,
Yeah.
if you invite those two, I maybe like Nanawa's too far-fetched considering his history in Korea, and yeah, I'll just leave it at that. But
So what was your reaction there? So you're like, oh, sweet,
Morrow
free
can't get over the
McDonald's.
story. He's like, let's go back to the story.
No, but like the cop that brought McDonald's ended up helping me, Todd, and a few others go to like a computer store like 2 hours away. I don't know if like he made me walk for like the sake of making me walk, but it literally was 2 hours away. I don't know if he was trying to do a good deed, literally or what, but so yeah, we went on a journey, and then I got my computer case, and then we came back, and then I put the computer together, and then my power supply was in the right voltage, so it caught on fire, and then Last Shadow screamed and like got out of the apartment because he was afraid of the fire. And those times, they were just crazy times. All right, and
That house was such a mess, man. Such a mess.
it was a fucking jungle, dude. Like, if you spoke too loud while Todd was sleeping, he would wake up and then not talk to you for like days. Fucking grumpy Todd.
I remember I was having like a smoke in the apartment by the door, and it was like super fucking bad. But go close the door, because like apparently smoke went through the whole room, like the whole fucking house,
Oh yeah.
over him while he was playing, and apparently like blaming me for his losses.
Dude, I cooked bacon and he was mad. He's like, "Why are you cooking food while I'm playing? It smells and it distracts me." I'm like, "Well,
That sounds like Todd.
yeah, that sounds like fucking Todd."
Very much sounds like Todd.
All right. From Lycan Grope on Reddit for HuK. As a player known for incredible control and with Legacy of the Void being actively designed to encourage...
Whoa, no. Let's take it back a step. Say that word again that starts with an I.
Incredible?
Okay.
For
The first time you did not say that.
For incredible control and with Legacy of the Void being actively designed to encourage more micro-intensive play, do you expect to see a resurgence and success over players that have done well during this age of dead ball viability? Are you gonna fuck people up that just turtle like assholes?
I think it benefits my style more than it benefits someone like Nanoa's style. But at the same time, I'm not an insanely fast player. I want to say my APM is usually like 240 to 280, where there's a lot of players that are closer to 300 or even a little bit over. I think Koreans are still going to be extremely dominant. It's really hard to say. We won't know until it's, we've played it for a while, but in general, I would think that it would benefit people that play a more micro-intensive style.
Like Eero, Liquid Eero, right?
He has his moments, but the reason why we see so many cool moments from Liquid Hero is because he purposely makes cool moments for himself. So he's like 180 supply, and the Zerg's at like 90, and he's like, all right, 3 storm drops at the same time on each mineral line, go. And then he does that, and then he's just like sitting at home, not finishing the game when he could. And there's a lot of times like that for him.
So you think Liquid Hero has been one of the reasons StarCraft 2 has been in a downfall? Because of boring, extending?
No. I think someone like Parting, who has like, it doesn't matter what he does. He can Immortal All In, he can Sentry Blink, he can use Warp Prism, he can use an Oracle, or someone like CJ Hero, who once again, all those same aspects, anything that's micro-intensive, they shine and do really well at. They can go into a fight 60, 80 supply down and then come out ahead. So I think players like that will benefit. As far as from Protoss, obviously Terran and Zerg are going to have their equal counterparts that are going to do as well. I don't know how I would phrase that.
Okay. Next up, we have from Empire Will. Morrow, what do you think about Innovation's TVT style of having one tank next to each CC to defend against drops?
That question. Well, that's not really a style. You just put one tank by your CC and you siege it. That sounds like a good style, man. Yeah, I will try it.
All right.
No, but in TVT, it's like if you're not doing anything with your tanks, you might as well siege them up by your command centers. Like in TVT, you're not really afraid of frontal attacks anymore. You're more afraid of, doom drops and that kind of stuff. So that's probably the reason why he's sieging up the tanks next to his command centers.
Okay. ZombieGrub, are you content with the position base trade as in the scene right now? Question mark. Every time you get a chance to cast a B stream for a tournament, you usually crush their viewer numbers. What do you say to fans who want to see base trade cast offline events?
We don't really get, invites so much, so that's up to like production and like amount of tournaments and actually giving like new people a chance to be on camera. But since we're not really being given the opportunities and we don't know how Legacy of the Void is going to change, we're actually really heavily considering making our own tournament. We've already talked to, or Rifkin's already talked to a couple of guys from like the Toronto lands or whatever. They'd be able to do like production. We have ideas for using Kickstarter that we would put in the prize pool, but then the Kickstarter goals would be like getting qualifier spots, actual like plane tickets and hotel reservations and stuff like that. And it's actually like we're seriously considering, and we seriously think we could actually pull off. And we're just waiting, basically, for a few days in Legacy of the Void to see what the hype looks like and if it's actually going to be worth it.
That's really cool. I actually asked him on Saturday if you guys would move in together to do, like, the studio thing. Like that a lot of other games have done. Like
Take TV?
Yeah, Take TV or, like, Beyond the Summit.
Yeah.
Have you thought about that?
Not just specifically with like him, I guess, but it's been like a thought, but actually like moving in with a couple other like, I don't know, like esports personalities, right? That are full-time streamers, for instance, in StarCraft. Just to, I think for me and him both to get out of our, live like roommates that don't have the same lifestyle. So I live with my family, he lives with his sister, as well as being closer to like good StarCraft locations, because, East Coast US isn't that great, and West Coast, like, Canada isn't that great. So,
yeah, that's very true. Those crappy locations. Morrow, are you confident that Team Property can give Naniwa enough high-level practice partners to help him improve? Basically,
That sounds like a troll question.
Well, no, but basically, is there any like real pro gamers outside of Naniwa in Team Property?
Was that part of the question too?
No, that's my 2 cents.
That's definitely a troll question, but I'll answer it seriously. Basically, people don't play with their teammates as much as they just play with, friends. And I'm sure Nanoa can find practice partners here in Europe.
What about
even though
friends?
What about friends?
Well, you said play with their friends, and then you said you can find practice partners, and then I said, but what about friends? Can you find friends too?
Well, I hope he can find some friends, man. I'm friends with him, so he won't be completely alone. But yeah, you don't really just practice with the guys in your team. It's not about that in the foreigner scene. I'm sure HuK can agree on that. It's not like he just practices with fucking Suppi and Xenocider because they're on the same team. Like that shit doesn't really matter.
Mm-hmm.
So, but then if he can find good practice or not, then I'm not sure, man. He's been having a tough time finding Terran players. I'll tell you that much.
He's struggling to raise his donger, his passion donger. Okay. Man, that guy has a very long question. And he's Terran. Okay, we're skipping that one.
Ow.
So from Conway1308, thanks for the show and all the work you all do for a game I'll always love and play as a humble platinum player. One thing, his question is, one thing you can change about the game right now and why? What is it? So let's start with Chris.
I would change. I would remove gold bases and watchtowers from every single map. I think they are horrible, and I think they dumb down the game in a way that isn't necessary.
All right, me, it would be the sensor tower. If like we live in a world where there's no watchtower, I would remove sensor towers. What about you, Mo? What would you change about the game?
If you could change one thing about StarCraft 2, you pick to remove sensor tower.
Yeah, fuck that shit, man.
What?
I agree with Morrow, unfortunately.
What?
That's your one thing to remove.
Yeah, sensor towers.
It's like saying you want to remove the critters on
It's
the
like
maps.
if it's a free
'Cause
map
sometimes
pack,
you
man.
click on
It's
them.
100 map pack. It's like, should I get a nuke? No, I'll get a fucking sensor tower. I'll see anything coming, man.
Okay.
Wow.
If someone were to ask me, like, I would have a whole fucking Christmas wish list of things I would do to StarCraft 2.
Yeah.
I would like turn this game upside down if I could.
Mhm.
So if I could change one thing about this game, it's very hard to say. There's so much, lame stuff about StarCraft 2. I'm not sure where to begin. One thing about Legacy of the Void, about the new Terran unit, I wish that Terran had some kind of unit that just says, unless you micro right now, you're just gonna fucking die, like Stormies or how Colossus are, or like Banelings are, or Blinding Cloud. Terran doesn't really have that, so I wish Terran would have some kind of way to force the opponent to micro.
What
do you
about like
consider
this?
a Widow Mine?
Yeah, or like the PD or Seeker missile.
A Seeker Missile
Seeker
is,
Missile you can micro
Yeah,
against.
like-
Widow Mine's pretty
yeah,
easy.
like it's Seeker Missile is child's play. It's
What about Widow
nothing
Mine?
compared to Storm.
What about Widow Mine?
Widow Mines are basically
It's like a storm, but it's
it's
instant.
like on the right track. It's basically what I want. The kind of stuff like if you don't micro Ling Bane and split up your forces, like
Or
you're gonna
probes.
get punished hard by Widow Mines. But I think Terra needs more of that. So that's
Fun.
the one thing I would change. Try to make the other races difficult to play as well. Like Terran is hardest race.
Jessica, what would you say?
I'm kind of on board with Morrow here that there's just so many things that I would change. To choose one, I have no I don't have any qualms with gold bases or sensor towers. I guess one wish, I don't know what you would change to do that without breaking everything else, is that Charge Out Archon High Templar could come back in TVP. Because TVP is I think it could have been the coolest matchup, but right now it kind of feels like the the most abrupt ending and kind of lamest one.
Yeah, that's very true. It's just a big fireworks. Eventually, it ends very abruptly, or whatever that word is. Okay, so let's see. Oh, given that it goes live the day before Code and not long before WCS finals, what do you guys think that the timing of the about the timing of the balance patch? Is it unfair for Zerg pros for such a massive change to occur right before such important games?
Yeah, it's insanely. I don't even know if it's unfair. Did they announce, like, how long ago have we known when this is coming out?
Like 3 weeks?
It's unfair either way you look at it, but at least they gave like enough notice. So like if you have a ZVP or you have to practice for this and you're Snoot, better learn some new shit, or you better be playing on like the modified maps in like custom games, because someone that is so dependent on Swarm hosts like Snoot, it's gonna be a huge fucking deal. I mean, it's gonna be completely changing the game, especially his playstyle. So I think it's unfair, but at least like. You can't have it both ways. People always complain that Blizzard should patch more. People always complain they shouldn't patch as much. People say Swarm hosts are shitty, let's change them. But then if it's right before WCS, people are going to complain. So at least Blizzard did say, like, give like fair warning 3 weeks beforehand. This is when we're changing it, so players can make those adjustments. So it is a little bit unfair, but I would rather it happen than not happen, and sooner rather than later, so they can focus on other stuff and start balancing the game from that point than we are right now.
I think.
Yeah, like basically there's tournaments all year long in StarCraft 2. So whenever you're gonna put a patch, it's always gonna screw over sometime.
Yeah, but why screw over WCS?
I wasn't.
But
by them having, them having, announced the patch, they know what's gonna happen and when it's gonna happen, and they also have the balance patch to test it. Then they can turn it into an advantage. Like Snoota could maybe learn some new swarm host strat with those new types of swarm hosts, and maybe just win because of that patch came around. So it can be a good thing too.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm done.
All right. Yeah, no, but I think, like, why would you screw over WCS? Like, I would have made that patch live, like, or 2 weeks ago or something, right? No? Because you don't really care about offline events. Like, your biggest thing is WCS. Those are the ones you don't want to.
No, I think they're fine doing it whenever the fuck they want. People complain in this scene no matter what. If I was Blizzard at this point, I would be like, we gave them 3 weeks warning. Too bad. Like, people say we need to change it up more. We're changing it up more. We're making these drastic changes. Stop bitching at us about it's not at the right time, or it should have been this, or it should have been that. We're making the changes you guys want to see, so just suck it.
Okay. Next up, we have Major has proven himself to be able to beat Koreans and play with the best foreigners throughout StarCraft 2. However, he still does not have any notable result outside of the Copa America tournaments. What do you all think is holding Major back from being one of the best foreigners? HuK, your good friend Major.
Consistency. I mean, he it's like there's a lot of foreigners I could say that are able to compete with Koreans, aka they can like take a map every once in a while. Major is one of those people, but he's not consistent. He's not a super hard worker. He lacks motivation. He plays too much Pokemon. He isn't a great public figure. He's a little too edgy as far as communicating with tournaments or staff or referees or whatever. There's like a whole long laundry list of things that I would say Major could work on, but at the end of the day, he's going to do what he wants to do, I guess.
Do you think he has like no hope unless like he changes massively in Legacy of the Void?
It's not like player. It's not like as a player he has these huge faults. It's like his personality / character flaws. That's just the way he is. He's a great guy. In a lot of ways, but in a lot of ways he's just too edgy, and he does dumb shit very often. So, I mean, it's not like I can say, hey, you need to work on your micro, or these are the problems. It's like, do you want to change as a person? And changing as a person is a lot harder than becoming a better player at the game.
ZombieGrub, do you have any thoughts on this question?
Yeah, I agree with HuK on all, like every single point basically, and just like actually showing up to tournament seems also to be a big problem for him. So,
Yeah. What about you, Morrow? Do you fear the major?
I do fear the major. Yeah, like I think he's an underrated player, but like people look at foreigners and they expect like major results. What does that even mean anymore? Like if you get to Premier League right now, then that's like a big result in
Hmm.
all honesty, because the game is so much harder now. The competition is so much bigger. A couple of years ago, you could actually get those major results, but right now everyone is just much better at the game, and the Koreans are
mm.
like fucking everywhere. So it's like the days of getting major results, as in winning tournaments, I think those days are over, and people should start giving credit for, high runs and that kind of
Uh,
stuff.
I think that's kind of what he's asking though. Like, yeah, you're right. Like people say win tournaments, and that just doesn't hold water anymore. But I think it's more like why isn't he the American Snoot or the American Bunny? Like actually showing us like some good like beatings of Koreans and one or two tournaments, or actually getting kind of far and taking it to 3-2 versus Flash, like shit like that. But I just say that he doesn't go enough tournaments and doesn't like
Yeah, but the
show up.
reason he
So
doesn't go to enough tournaments is like he doesn't have a team, so it's really like,
exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
it's like a vicious circle for him. Hopefully, he breaks out of the cycle. Next up, we have from Fictious1267 on Reddit. Would you consider it unethical for two streamers to donate to each other identical amounts on a regular basis to create hype trains? HuK.
I totally ignored you while you were talking. What you said?
Oh wow.
I was doing something else. I'm sorry.
Morrow.
Okay.
Maybe that's true. I actually listened to your question, so I'm gonna answer. I think, yeah, of course, that's highly unethical. That's basically to just donate to yourself, and you use like a friend of yours just as a shitty excuse. I think it's completely unethical, even if it's like, even if it's uneven or not. Just if you donate to your friend, I think that shouldn't really be a regular thing, really. Like donating to each other when you're both streamers. That's my opinion anyway. To create hype and such.
What
Every
about?
time, man. Every time.
It's HuK's fault, man. He was like writing to me. What about you, ZombieGrub?
The way that he words it just seems like it wouldn't even work to begin with, so it's like stupid and scummy. Like two streamers know each other on a regular basis, like unless they're making a bunch of alt accounts, then yeah, it's unethical because they have to lie about it, and it's like it just like scums it up even more. And if they don't make other accounts, and it's literally just like like Winter donates to like Max was Black and Max Black's to Winter, and like for like people are gonna notice, and they're not gonna like get on like the hype train. They're just gonna be like, oh, look at that happened again. Like,
Yeah, totally makes sense. What about you, Chris?
I mean, do you want my honest opinion, desRow?
Yes.
Yes.
so
Why do you
cryptic
say
this
that so
entire
shyly?
time.
Yeah, I think it's unethical. I think it's shitty.
Okay, moving on.
Well, yeah, I also want to add, like, I also want to add.
Morrow, I wasn't
like-
done. I wasn't done, Morrow.
Well, I'm sorry, Chris. Go ahead.
I'm done now. Now you can go.
Wow.
Okay, thank you, Chris. I also wanted to add, subscribing to each other. I think that's like small and fun, but donating big amounts of money to each other on a regular basis, I think that's another thing. So that's unethical.
Okay.
Yeah.
From Fear Dragon 64 had HuK and desRow and anyone else who wants to answer. Do you think disruptor drops and mineral line will be a common form of harass, considering Protoss players are already hesitant to load up 2 Eye Templars into a War Prism to Storm Drop? A disruptor is an even heavier resource and time investment than 2 Eye Templars. Well, I tested it yesterday, and 4 depths is only 100 gas, and it only takes like an extra 5 seconds to wipe out a mineral line compared to a storm drop. So I think disruptor drop is like, it's too much gas and it's too much time in the production for the robo. Like unless you have like 2 robos and we're talking late game, I don't think we'll see it happen. What about you, Chris?
I think the disruptor is good, but this is something I've talked about many times, that I feel like they keep adding all these different splash units to Protoss, where it's not something that I feel Protoss needs. I mean, I've said this since I think the disruptor first got announced. I preferably would rather have the disruptor and would rather them remove the Colossus altogether. I feel like the Colossus is a very, very badly designed unit in many, many ways. But at the same time, like Storm, Colossus, Disruptor, even now with the Adepts being able to be dropped mid and late game with the Shockwave ability or whatever, a lot of these units are going to fill the same roles. So I feel like, you know, I mean, it's beta, so they'll make adjustments as they see fit, but preferably I'd like to see them remove Colossus altogether and then deal with the other 3 units. I really like the Disruptor. I think it's cool and fun. Obviously, a lot of values, and whether it's invulnerable or not can be tweaked, but we'll see.
Mm-hmm. Okay. From Leprechaun to everyone, the question is: do you think the Legacy of the Void beta release will increase the amount of sellout streams? Morrow is a perfect example of being a sellout. What are your thoughts on this question?
Well, thank you, desRow. Yeah, you're calling me a sellout, but you're the one dressing up as a fucking panda.
What, you're not going to mention the drunk stream?
Maybe I'll do a drunk stream sometime, man. But yeah, of course, like Legacy of Void comes around, there's gonna be a bunch of new streamers trying to grab that cash, and you know, play the game. I bet they will enjoy playing the game very much, the campaign and stuff. It's like, what kind of question is this? Of course, there's gonna be more streamers.
I don't know.
Not much more to say about it.
I think tomorrow is gonna be fucking insane. I think tomorrow we're gonna see like 30 featured streamers on Team Liquid. Fucking everyone with like 100
Is it
viewers.
like tomorrow? As in, if you live in Europe, it's tomorrow?
It's tomorrow for everyone, man.
So tomorrow for me.
Fucking pull
You
it
know,
together.
it's like different time.
It's tomorrow for
The
everybody.
sun and orbit.
So they're gonna release it based on where you're from. So maybe like Australia and the C region will get it first, Korea second.
No, it'll be one server.
Yeah, it's all one
really?
server.
Yeah.
So it's tomorrow. Yeah, it's still
It's
tomorrow.
entirely
for you,
based
either
off
way.
of BST, basically.
It's still tomorrow for you, but apparently they're
Alright.
doing maintenance. So no one knows the exact time, but it will tomorrow at some point. The beta will come out for you, Morrow.
Oh man, I'm gonna stream that shit. You should come watch my stream. I'm gonna dress up as a panda, guys. Gonna have some drinks.
Yeah. All right. From Trans US Stan. Hi, ZombieGrub. I feel like there should be more positive female role models to look for inspiration in the media. Was there ever a movie, TV, book character that you looked up to for her strength?
So I looked up to like a lot of people, I guess, in terms of like actual like female like specific. I had a lot of actual like real life role models like teachers and students. But if you want to know a good book character, you should read Wheel of Time, and Egwene Alvaire is fucking amazing. There you go. Teach, go give that to your daughter or something. Whatever the point of the question is, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I've seen this guy ask good questions before, so that's why I went for him. He's got some street cred. From Lost Patrol, what do you think it means for Killisur continued improvement now that he joined the Root Shelter? Let's go over to Chris.
Did he literally say shelter, or did you add that in?
No. I wouldn't go that far.
He's from Brazil, I think.
Yes.
Is he planning to live there long term or what? Do we know that or no?
I don't know. I probably can't because of the visa thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. I don't know. I think anything is better than what he had. I'm pretty sure he was teamless before this, and before that he was on a smaller team. So Root is obviously a step up from that. I think it's good. Nothing but positive things for him to join Root, but it's what you make of it, you know? StarCraft 2 is not a big team game. Unless you're in Korea and competing like on a weekly basis in Pro League or having like a lot of tournaments or leagues to play in, it's not even important. Even for players like Snoot and Bunny, who are top foreigners, I doubt that they practice that many custom games. So and then even then, you can practice outside your team. It isn't like there's some strong
apparently
team
he's a
boundary.
U.S. citizen also. So not only is he a ginger and Brazilian, he's a U.S. citizen. And this guy's got everything.
Oh, well, either way, my point stands valid. I mean, if he could like play custom games all day with Hydra inside the Root House, that would be really cool. But it's
Very
completely
unlikely.
dependent on how much they are. No, it's not. It's not unlikely. It's just everything about StarCraft 2, because it's an individual game, is how much you put into it is how much you're going to get out of it. So it's just really up to him.
Okay, cool. So that concludes the Reddit questions. Now let's check over the Twitter questions. So it's not too late to ask your Twitter questions. We're not going to be doing this for much longer, guys, but let's see what else is there out there. Give me a little bit of time. From Dr. Aromi on Twitter, what do you think of L'Équipe, biggest sport newspapers in France, doing a partnership with O-Gaming for WCS? L'Équipe has a Twitter following of 2.3 million. Did you say holy shit?
Yeah, but I was muted.
Yeah, you fucker. So anyway, what are our thoughts on that? Let's start with ZombieGrub.
Oh, sorry. So a magazine, like a,
It's is it a magazine? No, it's like a newspaper.
and they paired up with O Gaming
Yes.
to.
Cover WCS. So like
Oh,
make
so, like-
articles, yeah, for that specific weekend, I guess. Or I don't know if it's only for the whole circuit, the whole year, or if it's only because of like the finals being in France this time around. But
Oh yeah.
regardless, do you think this is cool? Do you think this is good?
I mean, anything like that is good. Like there's no downside. What else to say?
What about you, Chris?
It really just depends.
It's
on
a daily newspaper and a big website.
Yeah, but so basically, it's probably the relationship's going to be like they're going to put it on some part of their website, I would assume.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like from my perspective, it's just like what are they going to do for each other? And if that's the case, then that's really big and that's really cool for O Gaming, because that means they're going to get that much more exposure, and you're going to have some random people that never knew about WCS or esports, you know, sucked into that world. So it's nothing but positive, I would say. Having 2.3 million or whatever
Yeah.
Twitter followers is pretty crazy.
So I am talking with Aromi. For right now, it's only Season 1 finals, and it will be both the website and the newspaper, like the written one. Or, yeah, whatever. Like.
I assume they won't be like on front page of either.
Yeah, no, most likely not. But it is only for your sports. So it'll get,
still be
big. It's really big. I think the O Gaming guys are just doing a fantastic job in France, covering League and StarCraft 2, and they have like a studio just for StarCraft 2. Like they cast Pro League, they cast ESL. They're like 4 or 5 every stream. Like Moman, Ponf Etude, Anos. Enos.
I don't need to hear everybody that's there. They do really good job.
Yes.
And France seems to have like between like the Iron Squid and the Nation Wars, they always seem to have like a very strong esports and even StarCraft 2 scene. So props to them for doing such a great job.
Yeah.
And I'm also happy that WCS went to France now, even more so.
Yeah, that's really cool. For Morrow, did the BenQ sponsorship have anything to do with signing Naniwa, the first pro gamer, the first ever pro gamer?
First ever program. Man, all these shots, man, I can't take it. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just happy. I'm probably gonna get the BenQ monitor, so.
All right.
I mean, probably, maybe. How would I know that? I'm just a player, man. I just sit and play StarCraft.
Yeah. Okay. desRow, why are you so mean to HuK sometimes? He simply had his mic muted for a basic comment and you call him a fucker. Well, I mean, no, it's like a love-hate relationship between me and HuK.
No, it isn't. Why desRow? Why do you have to be like that? To
Because
me?
you're harsh on me. So I have
No,
to be
I'm not,
harsh on you.
desRow, look at me.
So much hostility here. I feel the tension in the air between you two. And it's making me very awkward. Do you also feel very awkward right now, ZombieGrub?
I haven't really been paying attention, but sure.
All right, last question.
So that's the
because-
key, man. Not paying
last,
attention.
last question because this is turning into. So anyway, do you think the +4 Ultralisk upgrade will make the Ultra viable unit in ZVP? And do you think they will stick to the +4 armor? Chris.
So this is the first time I've heard of this, but what was it before? +2?
Yeah, +2.
Now it's +4?
Yes.
I mean, yeah, it'll be a lot stronger. I think Ultras needed some kind of buff in some way for a while now. I think I'd rather see it have some ability. Okay, Jessica, you feel like you want to say something? I can feel it in the air, as Morrow would say. Go ahead.
I don't think that upgrading its stats are actually like it's coincidentally that came out the damage radius thread yesterday, right? Did you guys read that? Like the damage point thread? Oh. So basically it explains like why like ultras are like actually kind of bad and like that's why their AI is so bad. So I never really thought the stats of the ultra was like the problem, but rather that the AI was always so terrible. So and maybe it'll buff it, but
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say is that I wish that they would rather.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
go on.
look at him. Look at him. He looks so passionate. Just lean in for the kiss, guys.
It's for you, that's sure. He wants to clear the air here.
Yeah.
I feel kind of bad now. He could have gotten his piece out before I talked.
Yeah. Well, we can cover the Ultralisk in ZVT. How do you feel about 5 Marauders losing to an Ultralisk, Morrow?
It's gonna be fun times, man. No, but like Zerg is already better than Terran in late game. So with this change, it's basically gonna make time just. They're not gonna win against the Zerg in late game if they're playing Bio. If Marauders can't even counter Ultralisk, which was the only unit that was like half decent against those fucking dinos, man. They can't even cut it anymore. I don't know, like what David Kim is thinking. Like you basically just rush hide. You don't even care about anything. You get out one of those fucking bad boys. You get the 3 armor chitinous plating and you win the game.
Yeah.
That's pretty much how it's gonna be.
Does it
And
upset you?
along with blinding cloud buff, holy shit! Like Terran is gonna have no chance against Zerg in late game.
Wait, what was this change to Blinding Cloud?
They're gonna have
AoE
more
air
range,
damage?
right? Yeah, like
Oh.
2 more range.
Really?
No, one more range. More range in a way. That's a really big deal because Vikings and Ghosts can't really zone them.
Yeah.
So, Chris, you froze when you were like going on.
Yeah,
with-
where did it freeze?
I don't know. I just like you.
You said something like, "Yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about." After I made my point, and that's where it froze.
Okay. I wish that there would be like an ability added. I can't remember where I saw it, but it was like something where Ultra could burrow underground and like dive.
Oh,
like,
Heart of the
certain
Storm
distance,
beta.
pop up. Like I thought that would be really cool because it would fix the AI issues at the same time.
Why
right?
why
If you
would
could-
that? Why would that be cool? Like I can't understand you, man.
Why
Like,
wouldn't that be
that's
cool?
That's the kind
But
of shit
you-
that
you
You
can't
remove
micro at all.
this. You remove the stats, and you do that. You can still micro. Like let's say it's like an EMP, like a slower EMP. So you could still split and move out of the way of the Ultra's
So
ability.
it's not like yeah, because I saw like a
Yeah.
VOD of it where it's like instantly, it's like bam on top of you.
No,
If
I
it
think
was
it would be
the-
like you can't see it if they're burrowed. So like let's say it could be like a baneling trap, and then they have like a certain distance that they go. So if you don't have
Yeah.
detection, they pop up underneath you, or they can go like a short distance and charge basically underground into a force. So that would fix a lot of the AI problems And
That-
as well, it wouldn't be like a super just strong stats unit.
That actually, that was literally in Heart of the Storm beta, like the
Yeah,
very
that's
first
where I
like,
think
beta.
I saw it.
Yeah. So like, actually, I think a lot of the problems, like, there's other reasons they didn't keep it, but there's also a lot of AI problems in that, like, not that the Ultra was derping, but because of the way they programmed it, like, it would like, medevac suddenly would take damage for no reason. They'd be like, "What the hell happened?" So I think it was like partial frustration and partial like balance from people who were testing it back then. But if they could fix that, then I think it would be a decent shot to test it again, especially if it's like slow, like you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought you meant like fucking instantly. Like it would just pop up
Yeah.
over you. Instead, then there will be remove the micro from the game, and I like micro, so
Yeah, you got really passionate there, Mo. I thought you were gonna start yelling.
Even as a terror.
yeah. I can't really talk about balance. I get really upset so fast. I'm sorry, guys.
It's okay.
We accept you for who you are.
For the ginger that you are, yes. But yeah, guys, that covers everything. Thank you so much for asking your questions. Oh, actually, let me see if any of the... No, okay, the Patreons are still sleeping. All right. But yeah, thank you, everyone, for asking questions on Twitter, Reddit, and Patreon call-in as well. We're going to do the little shout-outs, and then we're going to be on our way. So, ZombieGrub, where can we see you next? What are you going to be up to? And so on.
Yeah, go follow me on Twitter at DG Gaming. But tomorrow I think we're casting the Go for StarCraft, which is kind of lame. I'm just gonna say that right
very
now.
lame.
So like in between like streaming Legacy of the Void and that, but we got a bunch of other like Legacy of the Void Lycan League coming up on Thursday. Legacy of the Void Olimu League is on Friday night, so like North Americans can participate. Hopefully that'll be really cool. Got Legacy of the Void show matches too.
Yes. That's cool. That's good. What about you, Mo?
Thanks again for the invite to the show.
You can look forward to the $50 next year you'll be getting for all the times you'll be on this year. Don't you worry.
Yeah, that's right. I'm still waiting for those $50. by
I'm
the
still
way.
waiting on Blizzard, man.
Wait. So Blizzard gave you that money to give to me? What?
No. We got like money from the awards.
They haven't gotten the money from... You know where the money came from, right? That we're giving you.
It's from
No,
Blizzard.
I thought it was from your pocket.
No,
No,
it's
it's
from-
the you remember the community awards, like the best streamer? We talked about it on the show. You were part of
Yeah.
it. We won third place at best community show. So we got, what was it, $900 or
Won
something?
third place, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we won third place.
Yeah.
But
We finished
Um,
third.
so we got
Good job, man.
900. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Did you say you were gonna win that first place?
All right, just
Well-
remove them from the call.
Who was that? Who was ahead of us?
Day 9. And then unfiltered.
Oh.
This fucking asshole.
Yeah, wow.
What the fuck? He's like laughing at the
Didn't you vote for
misfortune.
State of the Game or something? We probably lost by 1 vote, and it was because of you, Morrow.
I voted for day 9.
Oh,
No,
my God.
not really, man. I don't think I voted at all.
Wow,
Thanks.
it's your fault.
Thanks for your support.
Yeah. This is why like governments are corrupted.
Just revoke his $50.
But yeah.
Anyway, I was just saying thanks for the invite to the show. It's been a blast, like always. Also want to say thank you to my team as well, who will be sending me to Copenhagen Games very soon. I think right after this I will stream. I will maybe eat some food first. We'll see.
Okay.
What is this outro? Whatever it is, can you please do it? Because I want to know whatever the fuck it is.
It's basically a fucking video that I made in Windows Movie Maker, so you can't show it here. You will have to check out my stream, guys, if you want to see the outro.
Okay.
Wait until the end.
All right. What about you, Chris? What are you going to be doing next and so on? Are you excited for next week's Remax?
Okay. I'm excited for Legacy of the Void. I'll be streaming that.
Wow.
Other than that, I'm playing in the desRow tournament right after this, I believe, right, desRow?
Yes.
And he'll be streaming that. I'm not in the best condition just because I basically set this stuff up in the last 2 days and I haven't practiced in, I don't know, a while. But we'll see how it goes. And yeah, just watch my stream when I stream Legacy of the Void. I don't think I'll be going to any tournaments until like WCS up-down matches and then probably DreamHack
Wait.
France.
Up and down matches? They're online or they're offline?
No. No, they're online. I was just saying I won't be playing in anything too important. Like
Oh,
when I
okay.
think like because people are always like, "What are you playing in next, HuK?" And then I think like, "Fuck, I got desRow Cup today," but I'm so embarrassed I don't want to actually say that I'm playing in it. So I kind of just say
Wow.
like, you know,
If you win your first match, you get $25, man.
I'm halfway tomorrow. Thank God.
All right, thank you. Thank you for all the guests for coming on, ZombieGrub, Morrow, and HuK for bearing with me. Thank you everyone for watching, taking time out of your week to check out the show. We updated the Liquipedia page with all the topics, so you know if you have nothing to do at the gym, in a car, on the plane, you can download an old episode and listen to the MP3s, whatever topic you find interesting on Liquipedia. And yeah, I'll be doing desRow Cup right after this, so I'm not gonna host anyone today. I'll just be casting, solo casting by myself. The finals, it's going to be 3 or 4 matches, so 1 round of 8, possibly both semifinals and then the finals. And then, yeah, tomorrow I'll be streaming Legacy of the Void. Friday, probably going to do a drunk stream, dressed as a panda, talking of selling out. And, yeah, thank you again to our Patreon. Oh, yeah, I'm supposed to give a shout-out to the Patreon. So, Zealous Zam, Nightfolio, Lucid, thank you so much for being our pylons, overlords, and supply depots. You guys allow us to not be supply block forever. So thank you, everyone, and have a good week. Fuck you, Morrow.